Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Sew with Joy. I am Joy, your host, and today I am going to be talking to you about a topic I shared earlier on our site, on our stories, and it was basically it was a one-liner that says "Go with confidence, proceed with confidence." So I just wanted to also say hello to those who have reached out and sent a congratulatory message earlier this week. My husband and I celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary yesterday and the day before. Our Tradiversary was on Thursday. And Tradiversary is just a day where you celebrate your Nigerian ceremony, which precedes the other, what we call a white wedding. So anyways, just a quick recap of what I typically do during this. It's called Sew with Joy, so I usually spend the time sewing an item, and I will share it with you once I am done. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about confidence. So I did mention something earlier this week where I said proceed with confidence, go with confidence. I know a lot of times people kind of, have a tendency to hesitate and stop and not do things when they feel that they should be doing it. When you have a dream, it really, it sticks with you. It bothers you whether when you don't try to fulfill that dream, like you sit back and you're like, oh my gosh, I really have to get this done. Usually that comes from a place of, you can do this. God has given you a gift, right? Now, this is not a preachy episode, so please hear me out here. What I found is people who don't proceed with confidence often are comparing themselves to others. So here's an example. If let's say you have a gift to make stickers, what I find is a lot of people will go around and start looking at other people's stickers and then see how beautiful they are. And then instead of taking the time to say, okay, you know what, I admire this. Maybe this is a lesson I want to learn and use it for something. You immediately get discouraged and say, oh, well, it's already being done, so I don't need to do it. Someone already has it or someone's already offering it and I think theirs is more beautiful. Let me tell you something. If God gave you a gift, He will help you accomplish it. He will be right there with you every step of the way. Confidence, there's a popular saying that says comparison is the killer of dreams. When you're confident in your abilities and your dreams and the things and the skill sets you have, trust and believe you will do just fine. You don't need other people to validate what you're doing. You can proceed knowing that you have that gift and you will succeed. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is confidence also begins with self-acceptance. What do I mean by that? So sometimes people are like, oh, I just can't do this, or it's just not possible, it's not doable, or whatever. If you accept that, you're confident it's not going to happen. Confidence works both ways. You can either be confident that something will work positively, or you can be confident that something will work negatively. So this is also one of those mindset things. If you bring into action that which you dream up, that which you bring out from the inside. My mom's favorite saying growing up was, "Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." So the things that you have inside of your body is what comes out. If you're confident and if you have like a positive attitude, a positive way of thinking, you're accepting that God has given you a gift to do something, you will succeed. Don't worry about it. Don't worry if your first year you only sell one item or you only sell two items. I personally have been there. Got hair in my mouth. I personally have been there. I remember when I first started, there were months that I would, literally maybe sell two items and maybe add up to like $30, which was just enough to pay for my monthly website update and things like that. Granted, we've come a long way since then, but I felt confident that this was something that was going to succeed. This is something that I can do. This is something that God has given me a gift from the get-go. From the time I was a child, I have always been, really good with arts and crafts and, doing things with my hands, sewing, knitting, crochet, and things like that. So I felt confident. Granted, it wasn't what I ultimately do, or it's not what I ultimately do as my day job, but it is a gift that I plan on utilizing long term. So, I say all this to say, yes, confidence is great. The next thing is self-acceptance. Accept that you can do this. Don't just, put it to the side, or don't compare yourself to others and then you completely lose focus and lose hope. You are able to do it. If God gave you that dream, if it's even if you're not a believer, even if you're not a Christian, if you have it in your heart, trust and believe it will happen. Okay, so the other item or point I wanted to make is when you have something that has really been in there and it's been sitting with you and you just know it's something you're supposed to do, focus on it. Okay, so don't just feel like, I'm just gonna do this, or I'm not gonna really do this, or I'm just gonna dibble dabble and then hope for the best and all that. You have to focus if you want to succeed. The people who succeed are not people who try it out and then keep it moving. I have a lot of friends, and no offense against them. I typically I let people know from the get-go. So this is something about me. I work out 6 days a week. Yes, I do. There's no reason why I'm not a skinny bee. I just don't. I don't get it. Like with all my workout and everything. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. I work out 6 days a week. I've been doing this for a long time. When I was in school, in middle school, I used to run. So for me, exercising has just always been a way of life for me. Okay. And what I find is, you'll have friends who will say, oh, you know what? I'm going to work out with you. I'll come to the gym with you. And I know my limits. I know that if I focus or I invest in that, if, eventually my friend says, oh, I don't want to go, I would also be drawn into that and not go. So I lose focus of what my dreams and what my action, what I'm trying to accomplish, because I am being dissuaded by the things around me. So, which is not a knock on them. Not everybody, going to the gym or working out is not for everybody. But I found that if I take a step myself and I'm confident and I stay focused, I can accomplish a whole lot. So there's one other thing. That's one other topic I wanted to mention. Another bullet point rather. So, the last and final thing is just, don't focus on the things that could go wrong. Okay, so when it comes to going with confidence, a lot of times people focus on, what if I don't succeed? What if things don't work out the way I want it to work out? What if? You know what? You're never going to succeed if you never try. Okay? So, it's one of those things where, yes, confidence does not mean you're not afraid. Heck, I take steps and I'm always afraid. Fear comes from a place of, discomfort. Like, that's the word I want to use, discomfort. When you're not comfortable, as humans, we tend to question. And when we question, we tend to hesitate. It's a human reaction. It is actually a way to protect ourselves from making mistakes. However, people who succeed are the ones who go that extra step, who acknowledge that it's uncomfortable, it's not where I want to go, or, maybe I'm a little afraid. I know that this might happen or that might happen. However, the ones who succeed are the ones who get over it, I love, I'm not going to say all African homes, but I love growing up in an African home because my parents did not baby us when it came to a lot of things. Like when it came to emotional things and stuff, the typical saying was, get over it. Okay, so, it's not going to kill you. All right. So, and that is not to say that they put us in danger. My parents never put us in danger. I never, ever felt that I was in a state of, danger, or they would let me knowingly make a mistake and things like that. No. What I'm saying is that when I encountered hardships and difficult things, it was always, it happens. Okay. So now you get up and keep it moving. Okay. You can succeed. Don't focus on, I fell once, so I'm not going to do this. Imagine those people who fall the first time they start riding a bike, and if they never get up, they're never going to learn to ride a bike, right? It involves scratches. I remember when my 8-year-old was trying, she was then 7, she was trying to learn to ride a bike. Oh my gosh, we had so many issues. It was, Mom, I'm falling and all that stuff. But the minute she got on that bike and mastered it and realized that the fear was in her head and she needed to overcome it, the minute she did that, boom, homegirl can ride. She could just take it and go. So, these are the topics I wanted to talk about, confidence, and under those, I wanted to talk about those sub-bullet points. Focusing on yourself, don't compare yourself to others, and yes, I do have little notes that I'm reading here. Don't compare yourself to others. Confidence begins when you accept yourself and accept that, yes, you might be afraid, but you can still do this. It involves, focusing, staying focused. Don't let other people or other situations dissuade you. And think about what if things go right. Don't focus on what if things go wrong, because that's usually a way to stop yourself from doing what you need to do. Your attitude makes a huge difference. The way you look at things will determine whether or not you succeed. Growing up, my mom would always say, if you hate a teacher, you're never going to pass that class. And that's true, because you know what? Your mind doesn't open up for you to actually want to accept and do great in that class. So I encourage you today, if there's a dream in your heart, if there's something that you've always wanted to do and you just don't know if you can succeed, take that step. You sure can do it, okay? All right, so now while I was talking to you, I did make a shower bonnet. This is the last of our Rainbow Cheetah bonnet. Oh my gosh, this one sold out so fast, and I bought so much of it, thinking, okay, you know what, I'm going to have it till the end of the year. Well, not to the end of the year, to the end of summer, because that was my plan, to have it through summer, but it really sold out really quickly. This is the last one here. It's a regular size, it's a market standard size, so it's the last one going out. It's 100% waterproof, and to the lucky person who purchased it, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all taking the time to stop in and say hello. Until next time, if you have not already done so, take a moment to visit our website at www.printedbonnet.com. Remember to embrace culture with style and have fun while you're at it. Thank you for joining us. Take care.